Hey everyone, welcome to Energy First Golf. In today's video, we're going to talk about wrist hinge. You can call it the standard wrist hinge or the most generic. But what I would refer to as the standard is because the most correct. Now, from our previous video, we all talked about fast twitch muscle and slow twitch muscle. We all know that in your hands right now and your arms, forearm, all the muscles are considered fast twitch muscles. Okay, so a lot of times, I know a lot of you have been playing golf for a while, or if you're a beginner, understanding that your fast twitch muscle is always going to move faster than your slow twitch muscles. Okay, so let's first talk about what is the incorrect way to do a wrist hinge. Okay, so there are a lot of people who start doing wrist hinge very early. This is considered a very early movement. Okay, now if you do this movement, your hands and your wrists, all the muscles here better be very relaxed and has to be very arrhythmic. Means it cannot be rushed. But with Energy First Golf, we highly don't recommend that. Okay, again, the idea is that energy first, meaning the center movement has to overtake your perimeter movement. So what we recommend is this. How you look at a correct wrist hinge. Once you grip your club properly with a full swing grip, the way how you hinge the wrist, that if you've been working on the drills, the loading and coiling drills, if you come up here, now obviously I'm doing it very slowly, so there's zero momentum of the turn. But if I do it fast, there will be momentum of the turn. Okay? Now, I'm going to be very specific, give you the look what it feels like to wrist hinge. As you can see right now, I grip the club. Okay? This movement, obviously you can call it wrist hinge, but also you can call it wrist deviation. Okay? And I'm doing this right now. And I'm doing it very slowly. Okay? And also you can see, if I walk close to the camera, if I do it very slowly from this perspective, my wrist, from this perspective, my wrist is flat. And I highly recommend all of you who's watching this video, you can work on this at home from this way, okay, or this way. Now notice that when I'm doing this, my left arm is in a neutral flex. We talked about this. This is the neutral flex. This is the locking flex. Locked, neutral. You want to make sure your arms is in the neutral flex while you're doing this. Okay? Wrist hinge. And you can work on this at home. All right? This is your left side. Now, if I turn my body correctly, if I turn and if I have a momentum of the turn, if I'm turning my body with momentum and my lead arm is going to follow my body, it looks like this. There's my wrist hinge. Okay? So basically, if you're turning correctly and if you have no tension in the arms, and you should have a flow of a movement. So I'm going to show you from the side view. Okay? This is the best way to understand what is a wrist hinge. You never want to do it very forcefully. But I know in the beginning when you're learning golf, you will do everything very forcefully. It means you do it with purpose, where you do it with a lot of strength, which leads to you will use a lot of your right arm. And you will use a lot of your right arm, the fast twitch muscles in your right arm. So you would do something like this. Okay? And this is very early wrist hinge. Now, I know a lot of you think, well, what's wrong with that? The idea is that we are promoting a standard golf instructions. Means for every adult who is already, the muscles in your body are well developed, we want to make sure you learn golf correctly. Understanding the slow twitch muscles here from your hips and your core has to lead the arms. And while you're turning correctly, there's got to be a momentum of the turn, and then you wrist hinge. And the wrist hinge has to feel very fluid. You know, I don't want to use the word soft, but fluid with flexibility. See, there's flexibility of my deviation of my wrist. All right, that's the left side. Now, the right hand. This is you can see right now my right wrist, this is the extension and this is the flexion. When you get to the top, you should feel like your wrist is in an extended position. But remember, if your wrist is doing a deviation from the right side, that's incorrect. It should feel in an extended position. This is called extension. Again, you don't want to do it very forcefully, okay? But if you work on your lead arm should give you the proper feeling, okay? So I'm going to show you one more time. Your lead arm should give you the proper feeling right here. And my right shoulder is pretty relaxed. My right elbow is relaxed. So I'm going to show you, walk close to camera, give you a very good view. Okay, you definitely don't want to do what? This. Okay, this is no good. This is good. Okay, now again, this movement here, it has to feel very soft. Again, I don't like to use the word soft, but very flexible, very relaxed. Okay. So another word I like to use is leathery. Not silky, but leathery. All right? So that's how you do your wrist hinge. And you should definitely feel the momentum of the turn. I'm turning my body. Now while I'm doing it very slowly, so I don't have a momentum. So I'm kind of falsely, sort of what I call the faulty movement, means I'm using my left arm kind of guided a little bit. I'm lifting my left arm a little bit. But if I have a momentum of the turn, I wouldn't need to feel like I'm using my left arm to lift. So when you're doing it very slowly, you can have a slight lift movement from your chest and your shoulders from the left. But what I would highly recommend, don't have a lot of forceful movement from your right side, your right shoulders, your right elbow. And if you go to here, if your right elbow is doing this, this would be considered a flying elbow. Your right elbow will be relaxed like this. Okay? Now I know a lot of times, a lot of you say, man, that's hard to do. Remember, it's only hard if you do it very forcefully. If you allow your center movement dictate. If you allow your center rotation, work on those drills we've been talking about. Hip rotation, core rotation, let the arms follow, feel this. Nice and ease. Okay? But again, if you do it very fast with your fast twitch muscles here, you're not going to create the correct feeling for a golf swing. You would just create feeling for what I call the hitting motion. All right? So thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to click here to subscribe to our channel, and also click here. We have 2 recommendations for you to watch. Thank you.